Good day, everyone. How's everyone doing? Today we are back again. This is the second section. So this is episode 2 of the segment Career Path. And what prompted this segment is about our Irish students, also students all over the world, who are transitioning from the second level education into the third level education. So I'm inviting professionals who are already in their career, like they are gurus in their career, to kind of tell us their personal journey and the story so far from what prompted them into doing what they are doing now. So we have a guest in our midst, and we allow her to introduce herself and tell us what she does. So over to you.
Thank you very much, our moderator. Uh, well, it's a privilege to be able to share, and I'm actually delighted because I know that for career path, it's a major thing in the life of anyone. Your career path must be well uh, uh, um, thought out. Either you have those that are guiding you, or your interest, or or your area of strength. It's very important because number one, it helps your purpose in life. It helps how well you can contribute to the society, to your family, friends, and the world at large. So
Yeah.
it's a privilege to be here, and I'm happy. I'm glad. So thank you so much, our host. Uh, okay, so I'm a nurse midwife by profession, and growing up, I loved the medicals. In fact, I wanted to be a medical doctor.
Wow.
But unfortunately, in this part of the world, in Nigeria, because I'm actually speaking from Lagos, Nigeria, I I wrote jam, like, yeah, I think twice or so. But I saw someone, no, not really a friend, more like a family member, sort of. He wanted to go for medicine too, and he has stayed home for close to 7 years.
Wow.
And it wasn't that this guy wasn't brilliant; he was good. And so I began to think, okay, I've done it once. I think the first time I had two something, but it wasn't up to the cutoff mark. The second time again, same thing. I was like, ah, no, no. IBK, are you sure you're going to? Are you sure you're going to still go for this medicine? Are you sure you're going to wait? You're a lady. You're a this, you're a that. I started thinking. Then I was like, okay, I think I can go for something. Still on that line. I can also be a professional nurse. So why not? So I started the journey. Started writing exams. Wrote exams in Lagos, wrote went for interview, went to Kaduna.
Wow.
But fortunately, I was admitted into the so I was in school. It was quite interesting. Quite interesting, quite fulfilling, which was why I said that at first, that your purpose and that satisfaction it gives you, it is very, very important. When you are satisfied in what you're doing, you're happy, you're helping lives, and aside that, what nursing also did for me was that personally, I was able to understand myself. I was able to care for myself better because of the knowledge, of my career. And then now, as a married woman, having
Mhm.
kids, I hardly take my children to the hospital. Hardly, because when I start seeing signs and symptoms, whatever, I know what to do.
Yeah.
Same with my
Mhm.
husband, So, so, so being a nurse, it has really been a blessing to me. Until date, I don't think I've ever regretted choosing that career path. So In fact, the very first this thing I worked with was I worked with the federal. You know, I was able to get a job immediately with the federal government, and it's been it's been a wonderful journey
Journey.
so far.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. So,
that's good. Actually, when I was in Nigeria as well, I wanted to be a nurse. Then I was training in a private hospital. It was during that stage that I came here. And when I became, when I had the opportunity to kind of apply as a mature student, there's this exam that you have to kind of, sit just to kind of give you the cutoff mark. And you have the cutoff mark, doesn't guarantee you a slot to do general nursing. So I was on this for like 4 years. Every year I have to repeat that. I'm like, what? I'm done. Even though it was something like, maybe it wasn't really like a passion, I just wanted to do it. I don't know. But it was one of mine, choice when I was growing up that I want to be a nurse, but I'm not a nurse, but you are. So that it's a good profession to have, especially with the fact that you take care of yourself. You eat your food like your medicine rather than eat your medicine as your
you
food.
know, absolutely, absolutely. And I would like to state that your passion, area of strength matters a lot. Because I remember then that when we're in school, we do clinicals, we stay in class to learn, and then we also go to the hospital, to do our clinicals. Then I remember that I had some of my colleagues then. For instance, when I was posted to the accident and emergency unit, okay, accident and emergency, just like the name implies, accident victims, they rush them down, you take care of them. Do you know I had colleagues that fainted, they couldn't stand the sight of blood. You understand? They couldn't stand the sight of blood. They couldn't see a broken arm, a broken skull, with blood gushing out. In fact, they became a patient themselves. Do you understand? And
Yeah.
some of them couldn't go further. Couldn't go further.
Mm.
So, so you can imagine. So your passion and area of strength also matters a lot. And that this person is doing studying engineering. Oh, my friend is studying engineering. I want to go for engineering too. It doesn't work that way. You have to know
No.
where your interest lies, where your passion lies, and that is where I think this thing comes in. That's counseling your parents, your brothers, your sisters, what they've seen you do,
Yeah.
growing up. Like
Yeah.
growing up, my dad has always said, you behave like he calls me my doctor.
Wow.
You can imagine. Yeah. Growing up, even those times when we're in school, secondary school, like my doctor, I'd known right from I had interest. So that interest also matters a lot. Matters a lot.
Yeah,
So
it does. It does. So now, like you mentioned, like why nursing out of every other courses, every other career, even though it can be scary, it can make you emotionally unbalanced because you see a lot of injuries. Why nursing? Like, what really is that main thing that I'm going to do this and that's it?
okay, yeah. Nothing, because I I love to take care of people. I
Mm.
love to care. I don't like to see people in pain. And
Mm.
and I'm even glad. I'm glad I didn't actually go for medicine, that I actually went for nursing. Because there's a difference. The
Yes.
difference is that, you see, when a medical doctor, for instance, let's assume that we're in the ward now, a medical doctor comes in, what does he do? He sees the patient, look at, okay, if the patient has gone for a test or whatever, he just scribble down, okay, this and that, so give these dreams, so this and that. Do you understand? He will just pen down what he observed in the patient and the line of action.
Yeah.
But as a nurse, I go closer to the patient. I give holistic care, not just noticing what is wrong and then penning down what to do. I give holistic care, and so that's why as nurses we are privy to our patients' privacy. You see some patients that in the hospital, they could say, okay, malaria or whatever, but then it could be psychological. They need somebody to talk to. And, they talk to me. They have there's this confidence they have, in communicating with me and it could be a marital problem. It could be a stubborn child giving the woman headache. It could be the business not going properly. One thing or the other. Do you understand? Now, as a nurse, because I'm giving holistic care, I'm privy to that. I get to know where the patient is working. I get to know the number of children. You see them opening up. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Unlike if I were to be a doctor, that will be reduced. I wouldn't really have that. I wouldn't really have that rapport. I won't really have that privilege, because I'll call it a privilege. Do you understand? So the major thing that made me go into nursing is the care. I can't see people in pain. I hate to see people in pain. So basically, that's just that. That's it.
Wow, that's good. Now, you operating in your field at the moment, what advice or what area of strength will you be able to say to somebody who is saying, oh, I'm finishing my secondary school in about a few months. I really don't know what to do. What is that quality or personality for that child to focus on, to know that I think I should be a nurse or a midwife? What should they focus on?
Okay. Number one, just like myself, if as a teenager or a youth, you realize that you can't bear to see people in pain. Like you want to alleviate that pain. You want to take away their pain. That is one. That is one quality. Yes. Number two, being organized. If you notice that you're someone that is you're organized, you can multitask. You're organized, you can multitask. Because as a nurse, you have to be well organized. You have to be able to multitask. And you must not make mistakes. So that's why I said you are organized. Because you want to give a patient some injection. We have some medications that goes into the muscle. We have some that you give into the vein. We call them IV, intravenous. You give it intravenously. So you must be well organized and know what you're doing, not to make a mistake. Not to put the injection that's supposed to go into the vein to the muscle, or the one that's supposed to go into the muscle into the vein, so that you won't kill a patient and your license will not be revoked. Okay, so you must be able to elevate people's pain. Be sure that I don't like to see people in pain. Two, organize. You must be organized. You must be smart. Okay. When I say pain, you can't see people in pain. You must be empathetic. You must be empathetic. You understand? You shouldn't be a kind of person that somebody will come, for instance, someone comes in pain now, and you're not empathetic. Like, oh, please, just sit. Please stop shouting. What's your problem? Stop shouting. Are you the only one in this world? No. When if you're empathetic, you go, oh, sorry. Oh, where are you feeling the pain? Oh, sit down here.
Yeah.
Okay, this doctor will soon be here. Do you understand? You must be able,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
if you have that, if you have that, I think you that those are part of the qualities. And another one I would like to mention: nurses are clean people. They are neat people. You must be a neat, a clean person. Very, very, very important. Nurses are intelligent. Okay, they are intelligent. Nurses are beautiful.
Mm. Yeah.
So basically, those are the
Yeah, they
things.
are beautiful people, and apart from the outward beauty, is beauty that comes from
Yes,
within. Being able to take care
that
of
that
somebody is a beauty
That's
from within.
exactly what I'm saying. Yes, they are
Yeah,
beautiful. I'm not talking about the physical beauty. Do you understand? They are
yeah,
beautiful people. They are people
yeah,
you want to be around. You see, as a nurse, you see patients even wanting to come back
yeah.
because of how beautiful your character is, how well you're taking you know, care of them. So,
Mm. Now, my next question is, you mentioned you were thinking, oh, maybe medicine, maybe I should be a doctor. And then sometimes our mindset usually is not very, I don't even know the word to use. We sometimes see from doctor to a nurse as a step down, if you understand what I'm saying. So if somebody say, I intend to be a doctor, but now I want to be a nurse, did anybody close to you oppose to say, oh, why will you want to drop down from being a doctor to a nurse, forgetting that our paths are different? Did anybody oppose? And exactly what do they say? And how did you overcome a situation like that, if you have any?
oh well, I didn't experience anything like that.
Wow, that's
I
good.
didn't. Although, yes, I didn't. I understand what you're talking about. I
Mm-hmm.
think it's just lack of understanding, that will make you feel maybe you want to step down from being a doctor to a nurse. No, 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 no. It's not like that because it's just like we work hand in hand. Same with pharmacists. Do you understand?
Yeah.
It's a different profession entirely. I'm a professional as a nurse. If you're a doctor, you're a professional as a doctor. If we have another
Mm-hmm.
person here as a pharmacist, he or she is a professional as a pharmacist. Do you understand?
Mm.
Our
Yeah.
role, what we do, they are well laid out. They are different, although we work hand in hand. Do you understand?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
I'm not lesser. I'm not lesser of a person as a nurse because I'm not a medical doctor. Do you understand? I
Yep.
I'm proud of my profession. I'm very
Mm-hmm.
proud of my profession. You understand? So it doesn't. You just have to know what you're doing as a nurse. You just have to know what you're doing, okay? And you see, we've even had cases whereby as a senior nurse, you even have to put a doctor through, a doctor that is just coming out of medical school. You have to put them
Yeah.
through one thing or the other. I've had that severally that do okay, do this. This is how to set the line, this is how to pass the catheter, this is how to so it is not it doesn't demean anybody that because okay, you don't want to be because at least I know there are some doctors that went for nursing. They're already a medical doctor and then they switch to nursing. And I
Wow.
have nurses too that are friends, nurses that from nursing they switch to medicine. It
Mm.
depends on what you want. It's your
Yeah.
mindset. What do you want as a person? What do you want as a youth? What do you love to do? Where does your passion lie? Where does your strength lies? Okay, so that's just it basically. It's not no. It's not a different it's a different thing entirely. It's a different thing
Yeah.
entirely.
Like with the case of a nurse putting a doctor through, I've experienced that. I remember maybe
Okay.
2018, my son was in the hospital. So because I don't know the name now, I don't want to say what I don't know. Because you know when a baby have a cold, they can't blow it out, and so you get kind of stuck up through their nose. So they help them to breathe in a way. So
Nasal
then the nurse,
congestion.
yes, so the nurse later suggested, because they put air through, through his nose, and he said, can they make the air warm so that it will kind of melt whatever that is in? She was saying it to the
The
doctor,
mucus.
and you will think, oh, the doctor should know better. Like you said, he just comes here, observe, and then it's the nurses that they were even asking me if I'm comfortable. They brought in another chair that I can kind of, open up to lie down to sleep and stuff like that. So I was like, wow, this is an angel, because I wouldn't have known, oh, make the air warm. What is there any warm air anyway? So that's really good. You guys are genius. Like, so I will go to another question.
Yeah,
Like
so
now,
that's okay.
sorry, the wave is a bit slow, but we get there. What I wanted to ask is, in Nigeria, if you want to become a registered nurse, not like the one that I did, that I said I was, training in a private hospital. If you want to become registered, recognized registered nurse, what are the exams that you have to do? What are the subjects you have to do in secondary school, and how do you go about it?
Okay, to become a nurse, you have to be a science student. Your biology, your maths, your chemistry, your physics, all the science courses. That's what you have to do. Your English, your 5 credits. Yes, your core. Yes, exactly. Because one thing with nursing is in Nigeria is the standard I know is still there. Do you understand? Which is why you cannot see, like now we are there, even Nigeria. Apart from that people are traveling out of the country, we don't have enough hands. We don't have enough hands. Okay, so what you do, you go to the school of nursing. Or for instance, now we're in November. Okay, they stop selling. There's a particular time of the year where they sell forms in different colleges, different school of nursing. Okay, so you obtain the form. That is after you've already had your 5 credits. Okay, so you obtain the form, you fill the form, and you sit for exams in the school. So after sitting for the exams, if you're successful, if you pass, for that exam, you also need to know your current affairs. Your current affairs. So after passing the exams, if you're successful, you'll be called for an interview. Okay, so after the interview, if you can scale through the interview, then you wait to see if your name, will come out of be part of the list of the candidates that will be enrolled to study nursing for that year in that particular institution.
School.
So basically that's how it is. That's how it is. Then after 3 years, you can then go to specialize, depending. You could go for midwifery, it could be pediatrics, it could be anesthetic nurse. We have different specialty in nursing that you might decide to go for. Yes. So basically, and then you can just go to the university directly. You can write your JAM and then get into the university, study nursing.
Okay. So, and to study nursing, I believe it's 4 years as well, 4 years full time.
No, it's 5 years.
Oh, it's 5 years. Wow. I didn't know it's 5 years in Nigeria. It's actually 4 years here. And in the UK, I think it's 3 years, if I'm not mistaken. But because the Nigerian one, you kind of pick your where you specialize. So it's kind of an add-on for you to practice in a way. Is that it?
Yeah. When you're done with the nursing, then you go to specialize. Oftentimes, depending, like it could be 18 months, it could be
Oh,
1 year. Do you understand? Like for midwifery now is 18 months. For some other course, from some other specialties, it's 1 year.
yeah.
It's 1 year. That's 12 months. That's 12
Mm,
months.
yeah, yeah.
So
Can I just
you need to
ask a
think
silly
that's
question? Imagine you didn't do nursing. What other things do you see yourself doing? Like, have you ever, like, if I didn't do this, maybe I would have been this. You know, the way some people will do this and then they will go to law, they will, do different degrees every 4 years. What else do you see yourself doing apart from nursing?
apart from nursing, okay. Apart from nursing, maybe I would have loved to be a lecturer.
Yeah, but you teach with nursing, you teach as well. I think every profession you teach. Yeah, because you teach. Because every profession you teach, there'll be people who will be looking for information and all. But maybe if you're a lecturer, it's a bit more deeper and deeper. That one is a bit more broad.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yes.
It's nothing or nothing. It took you a while to answer the question. It's not. It's nothing or
exactly,
nothing.
exactly.
Yeah.
Anyway, it will still be okay if I didn't do nothing. It will still be in that area of health. Maybe a pharmacist or a doctor.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand? Maybe a
Yeah.
pharmacist or a doctor.
Yeah.
Well, that area that's health. That
Yes.
area of health.
Yeah. And for anybody to hang in there for these years, it's like their why is so big because, like I will say to people, we get to a stage, whatever it is that we are doing, that we get tired. That's like, oh my God, why am I even doing this course? But the bigger your why, that is what will motivate you to push yourself further. And because I mentioned
See,
you're doing it for so years, how long have you been a nurse for? How long have you been practicing for?
close to 2 decades.
Wow, that's a long time. And
It's
thank
close
you
to
for
two
your
decades.
service. Mm.
Yeah, and you see, thank you too. You see, there's this fulfillment you get. There's this fulfillment. For instance, somebody came now not feeling fine, and then you're telling to the person is okay, and the family, everybody's happy. You feel there's this joy you get. Do you
Yeah.
understand? A woman is in labor now, you know. I took care of the woman, took the delivery of the baby, the family, everybody is happy. Oh, wow, our daughter has given birth. There's this joy. I don't know. It's more than the pay, it's more than the money. Do you get? And that's why
Yeah.
some people will say there's no amount to pay a medical person that is that is enough. You understand? So
Yeah.
apart from the money, that fulfillment, that joy, and
I
that's why
know.
you see when we lose any patient, it's always very painful.
Mm.
It's always very painful.
This person is
So
gone.
you see, when there's an emergency, you see all hands on deck. Everybody's running up and down to make sure, oh, where is the oxygen? Oh, this, oh, bring that, oh, get that. Do you understand? Just to save life.
Mm.
Just to
Yeah.
save that life. So it is really, really, fulfilling, that your why, that is that there's this for the happy.
Okay. Like when you talk to people, they will say, is either I'm a nurse or I'm a midwife. And there you are doing both. You are a wife, you're a mother, and you still have to take care of yourself. How is that possible? Especially in a country like Nigeria, where you can be in traffic for 4 hours. How are you able to balance everything, juggle everything together, and you still look very beautiful? Like you can't even see the stress of, oh, she's a nurse or something like that on your face. How have you been managing, balancing everything?
um well, it's not, the truth be told, it's not really easy. You see, but
Mm-hmm.
then we just have to plan ourselves. And I'm a married woman, just like you said.
Yeah.
I thank God that I have a very helpful husband, very
Oh,
understanding. If not, it
God.
would have been difficult. It would have been
Yeah.
difficult. You see,
Mm.
because I've seen some people drop this profession if they don't have an understanding husband. It can be
Mm.
very difficult. But if your husband is supportive, and understanding, it makes things easier. It makes things
Mm.
easier. So I think basically, support of people around has really has really helped me a lot in this profession. That's really helped. That's really been helpful to me. Because actually, just like you said, it's not easy, especially even in these parts of Nigeria, Lagos. Lagos, with the hustle and bustling in Lagos, the
Yeah.
traffic and all. You're driving in traffic and you have to stay there for a while. So that's why going to work, you leave early and all. I know uh, at a time, I usually run night duty. I go on call, I go on night duty. That's why I said, the support of my husband. I'll drop my child at home.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I'll even wait for my husband. He comes, he picks me down to the hospital together with my daughter, you know, and then they'll just wait a while in the hospital. Then before coming back home with her, by the time they get home, the traffic and everything, my daughter has slept already in the car. Before you know it, it's
Mm.
morning already, and mommy is back. Do you
Oh,
understand?
yeah.
So it's to have the support of your husband and those around you is key. Is key if you want to actually be a successful nurse. If not, there are two things. Just like I mentioned, that's why you see there are some nurses that they don't have a home because the husband could not cope. The
Yeah.
husband could not just cope. So that's it basically.
Yeah. Thank
That's
God
it
for
basically.
you. Thank God. And for all the nurses, shout out to all the nurses because I cannot imagine. During the COVID lockdown, some people did not even sleep in their house. Like they were taking care of patients. They have to leave their own nuclear family, their children that they love so much. And some don't even want to come home because of, the environment in the hospital. So they have to look for somewhere else to stay. And then it was so tough. I was like, wow, I was at home anyway. I am not a nurse. Well, you can just imagine,
Mm.
you with so much passion, because a lot of people would have said, I'm done. I don't even want to be a nurse anymore. And at that time is when the sector needed extra hands. So for a lot of people who stood firm during those 2 years, like, really shout out to you. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much, Ibukun, for honoring this invitation. I really appreciate you. And for anybody who is looking at you at this moment and think, oh, a nurse, if they want to reach out to you, what are your handles? Where can they reach you?
Well, uh, I'm laughing. I'm laughing because if you ask there was a doctor that was saying that what happened to us, we medicals, we are not really social. Do you understand? We are not. I'm telling you. Everything is just about patient, hospital, injection. Fine, we have few of us that are still, social. If I even my husband usually say that, especially when we first got married, you don't even know anything outside this your nursing, politics, nothing, football, nothing. So, so well. I actually deleted my Twitter account sometimes back. Well, I can just drop my phone number. I'm on WhatsApp. I'm on Facebook. My Instagram page has not been that how do I put it now? Active, yes, you can imagine. So okay, anyway, maybe because of this, I'll go and make sure I get active on my Twitter and my Instagram. And on Instagram. Although on Facebook, I'm Ibukun Akinkunmi Oladosu. That's my name on Facebook. Yes. Then my phone number is 0030758811. Okay, so that's also my WhatsApp number. I think WhatsApp will be more appropriate.
Yeah.
WhatsApp will be appropriate.
Thank you so much. So if anybody wants to reach out to Ibukun, just be patient. The way I have been patient to bring her here. So when you send her a message, be patient. She will respond. But patience is all you need because she's taking care of her own patients. So thank you so much, Grace, for honoring and for allowing us to drink from your well of knowledge. Thank you. I really appreciate you.
You're welcome.
Hopefully, when we get lucky through the grace of God to bring you back on something else, we will definitely do that. And we will hang in there.
No problem. Yes.
Thank you so much.
Sorry about the delay.
No problem. Thank you so much. You're busy. All right. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Until I come back to your screen again, enjoy the rest of your day. Bye, guys. Bye.
Bye, everyone. Bye.